Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and Elvis for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. We're still in Florida. We're finishing up here at a place called Weeki Wachee. It's the spring of live mermaids. I remember coming here as a kid, fabulous memories, and we're going to take you inside, and we're just going to have a blast today. Let's go.
I am Mermaid Courtney, and I am loving life here at Weeki Wachee Springs State Park.
It's one of Florida's oldest theme parks. It's now, as of 2008, a state park, hence the uniform name.
Yeah.
But I've been here 15 years, and I was part of that transition that turned it into a state park, and that was in an effort to preserve it. You know, because since the emergence of Disney and Universal and all those big parks in Orlando, and of course Tampa, a lot of the old roadside attractions that many people my age, your age, or older are familiar with have gone away.
Yeah.
You know, it's and that was, to me, I'm a native Floridian, so it was those old parks like here, Silver Springs, Six Gun Territory.
Right. Homosassa is still here.
Homosassa is still, it's a state park. It's still up there. But a lot of those old, quaint, very charming, old Florida, I call them, attractions have become extinct because of the larger parks. And I love the larger parks. That was my first job out of college, was at Universal. But there has always been a part of me that really embraced a lot of the old, I love old, traditional, nostalgic things. And this park represents that.
Yeah.
And the mermaids, you know, they've been swimming since, not this group, but since 1947.
Wow.
This year, actually in 2017, we're going to be celebrating our 70th anniversary. So the mermaids have been swimming since then, and they've become, to me, really iconic of Florida tourism, which is our #1 industry here in the state. And you know, back in the day when I was a little kid, when my dad, you know, he grew up in Tarpon Springs, which is not too far from here.
Oh, yeah.
And I grew up in Ocala, so always on the way south to Tarpon, we'd always stop. There was nothing. It was just Weeki Wachee.
Yep.
And there was pretty much nothing between here and Tarpon.
Exactly.
And we would always swing by, and we'd always get the little Moldorama, you know, little wax things, which we still have.
Really?
But you know, this place becomes, it attaches itself to you, and it kind of really has everything. It's got the natural resource, which is the spring, which is absolutely beautiful. It's a first magnitude spring. It's got the old traditional Florida tourism, mermaids. It's got a little riverboat cruise, and now with our wildlife show, we let people come up close and personal to like an alligator and snakes, things that are indigenous to the state of Florida.
Sure.
And so and for the price, it's economically speaking, it's a great opportunity for families to come on an affordable trip, even if you live locally. You know, you always kind of forget the things that immediately surround you. And you know, like people in New York all the time, I said, because I've never been in New York, I said, oh yeah, I want to go to the Statue of Liberty. And then people who are lifelong New Yorkers say, no, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, it's really true.
And so, and we're no different. You know, so people who live in Tampa and live locally talk about Weeki Wachee, like, you know, I've lived here all my life and I've never been to Weeki Wachee.
Isn't that
and
wild?
So, you know, we're looking to change that attitude and that mentality.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And so, you know, with our affordable entry fee and the fact that, you know, part of our park is seasonal because we do have a water park, which keeps the locals coming back. And then, of course, the mermaids attract people from all over the world because they have that long 7-decade history of underwater ballet. And our theater is unlike no other theater in the world. It's the only theater of its kind that no one will ever be able to duplicate, because now, with the environmental laws that are now in place, you're not going to be able to submerge a 450-seat theater into a natural spring.
Sure.
So when a lot of people think the mermaids swim in a tank or they swim in an aquarium, that's not the case. You're actually sitting in the tank
Wow.
And they're in the open natural.
How cool is that?
It's a constant 72 degrees year round. So regardless of what the outside temperature is, the water temperature is always the same. And so if it's 28 degrees outside, which can happen in Florida, the water's 72.
Oh, wow.
And for the mermaids, it's not that big of a deal until they get out, of course.
Yeah.
But it's really something special that we have here.
That is so cool.
And when you have something that no one will be able to duplicate, it even makes it that much more special.
It's a rare thing.
Yeah, it's a rare thing. So I always like to, I know you haven't been here, and probably some of your family's never been here before, but I'll take you on the little,
Okay.
give you my nickel tour, which I always like to show you the spring first so you can kind of get a perception of where you are. So when you actually go into the theater, then you can say, God, this is incredible.
Okay.
Even to this day, after 15 years, you know, when that curtain rises, it still kind of, I don't mean to sound dramatic, but it takes your breath away.
Oh, sure.
Because it's just, the beauty
awesome.
is unbelievable. And the clarity is crystal clear. So you can photograph or video right through the glass.
Wow.
And so it's really amazing what these girls do. And you have to understand, I mean, from the bottom of the spring where the mermaids perform, 65 feet below them is the opening from the aquifer. And there's 117 million gallons of water coming out of that cave opening each and every day. So where they perform, and you'll see the swirls on this. There's a current. There's a 5-mile-an-hour current where they're swimming. And what makes these ladies remarkable is that if you've ever done any scuba diving, they don't wear weights. They don't wear wetsuits. So all the buoyancy that they control is simply through breathing techniques. And of course, 72-degree water is cold because your body temperature is 98.6, and going into 72.
There's a change.
Yeah, and again, as a native Floridian, I don't really like to swim in springs because it's one of those also breathtaking moments when you get in.
Yeah.
But they go through it, so they brave the coldness of the water, the current, and of course the natural wildlife can come in and out of the spring at any point in time. So there's always turtles maybe nipping at them or fish biting their fingers because they like to feed them.
How cool.
You'll get, especially in the wintertime, you'll get the occasional manatee. That will come into the spring. And then of course, just like any natural Florida waterway, there could be an occasional alligator.
Wow.
But it's really rare here because this is the mouth of the Weeki Wachee River and it goes 12 miles into the Gulf of Mexico. So the alligators like to be away from everybody. So they have 12 miles of river to get away from you. But and so from an athletic standpoint, what these women do is incredible. It still amazes me.
Gymnasts.
Yeah.
Underwater gymnasts. All right, well, let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Yep. Just because you're in an accident, but didn't ride in one of these, doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you, a lot of times, an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptown Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications. With spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life. Woo!
I've been in an accident, and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident, and I don't have insurance. Now what am I gonna do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident, but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
So again, this is called the tube room. This was actually a brilliant move when ABC built this theater in the late 1950s because they wanted a way for the mermaids to access the spring in a real, so when the audience saw them for the first time, it was in more of a realistic manner. So instead of them just swimming across the banks of the Weeki Wachee River, they built this behind the scene tube room. So the tube, hence the term, goes down about 16 feet, and then the same size tube, just like this L-shaped. So you can see the opening there. So it goes down 16 feet, and then 64 feet under the theater.
Oh, wow.
And so when it exits the mermaid, they're in the spring, but out of sight below that man-made stage that's out in the spring that you may not have seen. So when the audience sees them for the first time, it's as if they had risen from the depths of the spring. There's going to be some people in the theater. They're with me, so we haven't opened the doors yet.
But I'm just wondering how you got into this.
No, I started off as a lifeguard in 2006. And I was a lifeguard there for about 6 years. By then, I was already friends with all the mermaids. The guy, Prince Dennis, used to be a lifeguard, so I worked with him. And they needed a prince, and they came to me and asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, sure. I was already friends with most of the girls and everything, so,
Yeah.
So I said, why not?
Wow.
And he's got that Prince look about him.
Yeah.
So I've been here in this department for about 5 years, almost 6 years.
Wow.
It's still a lot of fun.
As you can see, it's very, just from, the training process, which might be something good to ask the mermaids is, we hold auditions, just like any performer does.
Sure.
And it's very difficult. And just to give you an idea, we were looking at one point, this was a year or two ago, we were looking to hire like 4 mermaids, and 50 girls came out to audition, and we only hired 2, and even those 2 at that time didn't make it past a week. Because of the physical challenge, and even the mental challenge, because if you're claustrophobic, you're not doing this too.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the biggest things. I think that if you ask a lot of them, the tube was probably,
Really?
and learning how to breathe on the air hose
Yeah.
is one of the most challenging things. But the first thing, once they are hired, the very, very first thing that we do with them is scuba certify them. Regular scuba certify.
Yeah.
Because they are divers. So they're going to be susceptible to all the dangers that are inherent to scuba diving.
Yeah.
Don't rise too quickly or you get an embolism. Just
Yeah.
little, things like that they need to know. Once they pass their scuba training, then it goes into the air hose training, and it's a whole different way of breathing. And it's the same breathing apparatus that Newton Perry, who was the founder of Weeki Wachee, developed. He invented it himself. Look at that back.
Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might.
And because it'll build character in everything else that you do in life. If you attack it with that same vigor, it'll.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Stacy and Chelsea.
Hey, Stacy and Chelsea. Tim Weir.
Nice to meet
Good to meet you.
Oh, you're Little Mermaid? Good.
I'm the sea witch,
You're the Sea Witch.
the nemesis. Always, right?
So they'll go upstairs, they'll get changed, and then they'll come back down here. And then this is where typically the more veteran girls will put on their tails, but you can film them jumping in. That's always
That'd be cool.
kind of a fun thing to do. I think I mentioned it before, as a native Floridian, you really, here's what I learned a long time ago, is that money isn't everything. It's important. But doing what you love is even more important. And so I've always had every opportunity to go elsewhere and make more money. But every time I've done that, it's like, and I can't really say anything bad about any of the jobs that I've had, it's just, I never woke up with that same fervor of, I'm excited to go to work, I want to make a difference, as I have here. And so, I was fortunate enough to realize at that point that sometimes, as long as I can, pay my bills and have a little bit of money to put away,
Sure.
I don't have to be a millionaire. There are greater things in life than the almighty buck. And for here, I realized I was waking up every morning, can't wait to get to work. Like I would wake up extra early because I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to make a difference, and I'm going to hopefully bring more attendance to this park. Because here I wasn't a number in this big corporation, and I had to get approval to do a lot of things. I was able, from a marketing standpoint, to be as creative as I wanted to be, without anyone telling me, that's not going to work, or this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And so I really liked that. And so for less money, but the fact that I was able to come here and make a difference and help save this park, it kept me here. Because this place has so many great childhood memories for me. Coming here when I was a little boy, my parents used to drive by, like I mentioned, to go into Tarpon. I'd come here, had a crush on the mermaids, like every little boy did. And every little girl wanted to be one. And so when I came here, that effort to help save it, that 6 months, as I mentioned, turned into 15 years. Well, it took longer than 6 months to help save it. It actually took a number of years to get it to the point. So I started in 2001. It didn't become a state park till 2008. That's when it was really officially saved, because the state of Florida does a wonderful job preserving their state parks, because they have those resources to make it what it can be. And I was fortunate enough to be able to ask to stay as a state employee to help move it into that next generation for people to enjoy. So for me, it's been that preservation of childhood memories, and it's been, and you can't put a price on that. But I truly see, like, James is like my son, and they know, and those girls are like my daughters, and each of them know, and they can come to me about anything, whether it's work-related or personal. And I think that's what keeps me here. This place is so small and so quaint and so charming that you can't help but become part of the family. Yeah.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you, a lot of times, an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life.
I've been in an accident and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident, and I don't have insurance. Now what am I gonna do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident, but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
So I'm with Courtney here at Weeki Wachee, the spring of live mermaids, and you are live.
Yes, real life mermaid. Yep.
She is alive. So how long you been doing this?
I've only been working here since July, so give or take about 6 months.
And you love it?
I love it. It's the best job I could ever ask for.
Really?
Yes.
Because I asked John if I could do it, and he had this,
I think you could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anybody could do it.
I always tell people, and John and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, I think it's important for people to do what they love and love what they do.
Oh, for sure. Every day I come to work and I love it. The smile on the kids is what I love the most.
Yeah.
Because, especially for the littler ones, they think we're real. And it is the best feeling in the entire world to know that I'm making someone's, fantasy come true.
Yeah, that's really true.
It's like being a Disney princess.
So, see, there's so much latitude and longitude and spreading wide of dreams that you can do anything. You can be anything that you want to be.
Of course.
You can even be a mermaid.
I'm a mermaid. It's my job.
Okay, don't change the channel because we got a lot to see here at Weeki Wachee.
Welcome. We're glad you came to Weeki Wachee.
Glad you came to Weeki Wachee.
I said that already.
We know.
We're so glad you made the trip.
We're so glad you made the trip.
Come on, I said that already.
Hey, give us a break. We're only mermaids.
Wait a minute, you've got to be pulling my leg. You say you're... what?
Mermaids, silly. You know. Swishy tail, pretty face, lots of charm, lots of grace. We're the gals who sunk 1,000 ships. When they see us, sailors lose their grips. When they see the Weeki Wachee mermaids, do the Weeki Wachee mermaid flip. We're so glad you came to Weeki Wachee. We're so glad you made the trip. We're glad you came to Weeki Wachee to watch the Weeki Wachee mermaids do the Weeki Wachee mermaid flip.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life.
I've been in an accident and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident, and I don't have insurance. Now what am I gonna do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident, but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
I'm loving life. Okay, we're gonna love life. Loving life. I like to make the ladies.
I'm loving life. Hey, we're at Weeki Wachee Park. It's the spring of live mermaids. And as you can tell, I don't think that they want me in the show, but it's an amazing place for you to bring your family. I'll be right back. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Listen, go to our website, www.drtimweir.com. Look at all of our stuff on there, and then leave me a little note. Tell me you're watching. Tell me where you live, because this goes all over the country. I want to know where you're watching. Keep loving life. That's what it's all about. Until next time, I'll see you then. I'm loving life. I'm the door holder. I think I'm quitting my practice and everything now. I'm going to be a mermaid. I don't know who she is.
Okay, we should
I
just tag
pointed
her.
her up.
Picked her up
I
on
have
boat
no
route.
idea.